When I was in high school, a janitor was arrested and convicted of sexual assault against a 14-year-old girl in our school. Two things stand out to me about that experience. One, I had a high school football coach whose only mention of that case was to complain that our locker rooms would never be that clean again. And that high school football coach was later arrested and convicted of raping a 14-year-old. That high school football coach was the only adult that ever talked to me about sex outside of a sex ed class. And what he described when he talked about sex to us 14-year-old boys at the time was sexual assault. And we didn't recognize it as sexual assault because we were 14. The number of kids that he got to impact over the course of his time there before he was arrested and convicted put us all on track to do an irreparable amount of harm. The second thing I remember about that 14-year-old girl being raped in my high school was how bad it was for her reputation. How the rest of the student body looked down on her as if she had done something wrong, as if she deserved it. But that was the beginning of my indoctrination. And there's a lot of unlearning to do in order to change that. I was no different from any other 14-year-old boy who blamed that victim and also took hook, line, and sinker the words of a sexual predator for how we create relationships with women. What started to change me was when I went to college and I realized that girls are afraid to walk home at night. Then while I was in college, I worked in family court, where my job was to observe domestic violence hearings and report back to the friend of the court, and we would make suggestions about how much security should be involved when a man visits their child after they've been convicted of some sort of abuse. I watched a woman tell a story of being taken out to eat by her husband at the time, him ordering food and refusing to let her order food, cussing at her, kicking her under the table the entire time, getting her out to the car, dragging her into the car and throwing her in, and then physically kicking her out, literally kicking her out of the car and making her walk the rest of the way home. She tells this story to the judge and the judge says, "Is that it?" I realized that when a woman has to report abuse, she's going to take it to probably a male police officer. They're going to send it to a probably male district attorney. They're going to put it in front of a probably male judge. And all along the way, nobody has any direct experience with what this woman has experienced. In my comment section in my last video, there's a lot of talk about how women also play a role in this. And that's true. Women play a role in victim blaming. Women play a role in rape culture. Women play a role in all these pieces. But it's to the benefit of men. And that's why I talk to men when I have these conversations. So I haven't always known what I know, but now that I do, I'm trying to get other men on the same page. And sure enough, I'm going to learn something more. I'm going to get better. And I'm going to share that with you too. The route to a safer world is through better men.